Hello YouTube. Alright, today we have another keyboard video. This time I got a keyboard with a switch that is pretty hard to get right now. I got a CM Storm QuickFire Rapid made by Cooler Master. It's a tenkeyless keyboard, as you can see. So it doesn't have the number pad, but that is what I have this cool keypad over here for. Has your typical layout, the layout that I like, with the big enter key, or it's not an L-shaped enter key, it's a regular enter key and a regular backspace key, which is good. And I got this one with Cherry MX green switches, which are very hard to find these days, just because they don't put them in that many keyboards. I know of one other Ducky keyboard they put them in, and this is the only other one that I know of that they put cherry green switches in. So I don't know if green switches are fairly new, or if they just didn't make that many of them, and they're starting to sort of ramp them up again. Now, there is one discrepancy. The keyboard itself is green switches. The keypad itself is cherry blue switches. So, at some point in the future, I'm going to show you guys how to make ghetto greens, which is where you take the springs out of a black switch and put them in a blue switch to make a cherry green switch. I'll show you guys that eventually, but once I get the switches anyway. But right now, focusing on this. So, as you can see, it just shows you what the keyboard looks like on the front of the box, shows you what switch you have. Now, cherry green switches are very much like cherry blue switches, except for the fact that they take a lot more force to push down. So it's supposed to emulate a Model M a little bit more, while at the same time being a switch. And the reason I like cherry switches is because you can take the switch apart and mess with it, and if a switch goes bad, you can just replace it, instead of on a Model M with the big membrane sheet, having to replace that if one key goes bad. So that's what attracts me to the individual switch design. Let's see if there's anything on the side here. System requirements. You need Windows XP or greater, pretty much. It's made in Taiwan. It's on the other side here. Storm Tactics. Strength, security, and control. Heavy duty, man. Now the back has the goodies on it. This is what I'm talking about with being able to take the switch apart. See, there's the spring inside. There's different keycaps here. Check that out. N key rollover in PS2 mode, which is what I'm going to be using. It comes with a few extra keycaps. Looks like it comes with pretty cool red keycaps there. Has a braided USB cable that's routable, that I'll show you. And it's removable as well, so you can remove the USB cable and put your keyboard somewhere else if you want. So here are the key features of this keyboard. Obviously you get cherry switches. Windows keys disabled in game mode, so you don't accidentally hit them. Extra keycaps included with a keycap puller. That keycap puller I will be using right after I unbox this, actually. Laser marked keycaps, which means that they will wear, because these are black keycaps and they print in white on the black keycap, they will wear with use because of the way they're designed. In order to get around that problem, you need keys that are the double shot injection keycaps. You get anti-ghosting, N key rollover in PS2 mode, 100 Hz and 1 millisecond response time in USB mode, so it's a very quick keyboard. Multimedia shortcuts, rubber-coated keyboard surface, removable braided USB cable with cable routing, and there are the dimensions right there. So here's the unboxing. QuickFire Rapid. Get a little manual there. Looks like you get a USB to PS2 adapter. Nice. What else do you get? Alright, there's the cable itself. It looks very similar to the cable I got with my Rosewill keyboard. Even the packaging is similar. Here are the extra keycaps and the key puller, which I will be using. What else is under here? Nothing else. Cool. Let's take a look at the keyboard itself. Come here, you. feel the clicky already. So let me get this wrapping off. Alright, here we have the actual keyboard with the green switches. As you can hear, they sound a lot like blue switches because they are basically the same thing, except that the spring is a lot heavier. So, what can you expect out of a cherry green switch? Expect what you feel out of a blue switch, but with much heavier feel. I actually like this. The green switches feel pretty nice to me. I think I'm going to enjoy using these. Yeah, they're nice and heavy. I like that feel, but they're not as heavy as some people give the impression of. They're not nearly as heavy as some Alp switches I've used, but they feel really good. Yeah, feels good to me anyway. Now there's one thing I'm going to do. I had a keycap printed by wasdkeyboards.com. wasdkeyboards.com. I got this dragon logo printed on a keycap, and I plan to use that for the escape key. So we're going to use the key puller right out of the box and put my dragon escape key on there. Although before I do that, I should just show you around the keyboard. As you can see, it's a 10 keyless keyboard. You notice the Windows buttons don't have the Windows logo on them; they just say Win on both sides. This one, you get, instead of a right-click button, you get a function button, which lets you use the hotkeys up here, like for play, pause, stop, previous, next. The Windows lock key, so you lock the Windows button out, and of course your sound, sound controls here for the volume and mute and everything. Over here, you get your usual buttons: print screen, scroll lock, pause. You know, nothing all that surprising over there. So the functionality is pretty simple. What's nice is the lights for caps lock, num lock, and scroll lock are all in the keys themselves. Although I don't think there is no num lock on this keyboard because there's no number pad. Never mind about that. But the same principle applies. So there you have it. Let me turn the keyboard over and I'll show you the other side. Here's the bottom of the keyboard. Get a nice tag there with your serial number or model number. There's your warranty screw right there. And as you can see, the USB port is right down there, so you can route the cable out the back, out the sides. Very nice routing system. My Rosewill keyboard does not have that, so that's a pretty nice touch actually. And there you have it. And now I'll show you what a green switch looks like. Alright, let's take the key puller and pull this keycap off down here. I've never used one of these before. Oh, there we go. Come here, there we go. Got the key out. And these work pretty well. As you can see, there is a cherry green switch. It's plainly green, as you can see there, and it's genuine cherry. You can see by the little logo up there. The click is not very apparent when just actuating the switch. It's only when you have a keycap on it that it makes a whole lot of noise. But yes, folks, that is a cherry green switch. Think of it as a heavy blue, as far as what a switch is. It's an uncommon switch, but more keyboards are starting to get it. It seems since Cooler Master started using them. There's the escape key that I'm going to take off and use the dragon key instead. But there you go. That is the green switch. This is my honest-to-God 1988 Model M. As you can see, a very rugged keyboard. I've been using it on my main computer for a couple months now, waiting to get one of these. But I thought I'd compare them sound-wise. And feel-wise as well. Wow, that actually emulates it pretty well. I'd say the feel is very similar, actually. So a cherry green switch does emulate a Model M pretty well. I mean, obviously it's not going to feel exactly the same, but the force that you have to press down the keys feels very similar. And these are on springs that are from 1988, so they've been broken in a little bit. These are brand new. So there you have it. What do I think of it comparatively? I like them both. I mean, this feels great, but so does this. I just like the idea of having a cherry switch keyboard better because of the individual switch design. That's why it appeals to me, and I think I'm going to really enjoy using this cherry green switch keyboard as my main keyboard. I'm going to like it. So, there you have it. Alright, I had the keyboard set up on my desk with the KeyCool keypad right next to it. And the Cooler Master keyboard right here. So, I'm liking this. Since this KeyCool has two USB ports on it, I decided to plug my mouse into one side here. My Microsoft mouse. So, there you have it. I have it plugged into the back of the computer via the PS2 adapter. So, using PS2 as always, like a real computer does. And there you have it. Now I think it's time we take that stock escape key off and put my dragon key on there. These key removers are quite handy. There's the keycap, if you want to see it up close. There you have it. I got a dragon printed on there. So, let's stick it in there. See how this looks as an escape key. Alright. I have a dragon escape key. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I really like that. So, that is the Cooler Master CM Storm QuickFire Rapid keyboard. There's also the stealth version of this available that prints the lettering on the front of the keycaps instead of the top, which I was originally going to get, but then I realized that if I got a custom keycap, it wouldn't look right with the rest of the keyboard. So I opted for the version that would match the keypad as well. So, there you guys have it. That is the CM QuickFire Rapid keyboard. I highly recommend these keyboards. They seem like they're much higher quality than the Rosewill RK series of mechanical keyboards are, mainly because the USB port on this one is not placed so haphazardly like the other one is. So, there you have it, guys. What do I think of this keyboard so far? I think it's awesome. It feels like it's built on the Costar chassis, like a lot of these mechanical keyboards are. So they're all kind of the same, except for certain quirks here and there in the design. And the cherry green switches I really like. So, there you have it, folks. Have a good one, everybody. Ciao.